Look at BJ Penn. Look at BJ Penn.
Getting knocked out now.
I mean, this is the craziest story. I'm glad we talked about this a little bit, but everyone in the martial arts community knows who BJ Penn is. But if you don't, he was one of the greatest of all time. He was one of the pound for pound best ever. He was the lightweight champion. He was the welterweight champion. I mean, when he was in his early and late 20s, he was just one of the best fighters on the planet, pound for pound, hands down. And then now you see him, he's 40 now or 39. He's getting close to 40.
He's 40, I think. Yeah.
He's still fighting. He's lost 7 of his last 8. Is it? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, there were stories about his wife was coming out saying that he used to do like tons of drugs and coke. And he would clean up for a fight. And that was like his way of getting his shit together and all that kind of stuff. But now he's lost so many fights in a row. He's approaching 40 if he's not 40 already. And then last week he got caught on TMZ of all places, getting knocked out by some fat drunk dude in a fucking street fight. This is one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, getting knocked out by a fat dude at a bar.
But isn't that the problem, that too many of us try and live on stories that are way too old, right? Like, take BJ, for example. When was the last time BJ was relevant? It was a while ago, no?
6-7 years.
Exactly. Case in point, right? And we would all like to think that we'll all be heroes forever, but we fucking won't. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can move away from that, the easier your life will be.
He's one of those people that just can't seem to move on from fighting.
Because that's all he's ever known.
Yeah. And he wants to be that guy. He wants to be that guy who's still doing the damn thing, even at his own age. But, I mean, this is not... By the way, he got knocked out in this street fight last week or whatever it was, in the last few days.
Last few days.
But he was in a street fight like 2 weeks ago or a month ago at the most.
When he knocked out the guy.
He knocked out another guy. But, like, why is this guy in street fights? What the fuck is he trying to prove? He's one of the best fighters of all time, and he's fighting drunk dudes at a bar.
Well, but he's not, and I don't mean to, very quick look to camera, he's not trying to prove anything. You know, he's just stuck in...
But he should know enough to de-escalate these situations.
He should.
Otherwise, it's his own ego that he's feeding into. Because if he can't have a fucking dude chirping at him at a bar and without, like, just getting away from the situation, it's like, what do you... And then he gets fucking knocked out by some dude who he has no business getting knocked out by.
I agree with what you say, but it's so easy for us to sit here and say that he should know better. Should he, though? Like, he's at the point in his life where he just wants to do what he wants to do. And he might encounter people that will be absolute cunts. And he might have to fucking stand up and fist up.
I mean, that's cool when you're 20, dude, but when you're 40 and you have kids and shit, what are you doing, man?
Well,
I can resist that urge now.
So can I.
And I mean, Jesus Christ, like, what are you trying to prove, dude? Like, it's just the level disparity. Like, just de-escalate the situation and get away from it. Part of it is, maybe you're right. Maybe this guy was an asshole. Because if you're BJ Penn and, like, some dude just walks into you and you're like, hey, and then you're like, well, fuck you. You think you... And they start chirping at him and talking shit and all that. You can see how these things would escalate. But, I mean, it's just one of the biggest falls from grace in the history of martial arts.
It is a very big fall, yes.
And he's supposed to fight someone again. He's supposed to fight...
Yeah, he's fighting again, yeah.
Is that still happening?
Yeah.
He just got knocked out, and he's supposed to fight in like a month.
Is he fighting Mickey Gall?
No. It wasn't Mickey Gall. It was not TJ Grant. It was some...
He's fighting someone.
Yeah. Someone, again, from a level that he probably shouldn't even be fighting with in MMA.
Like, goddamn, at this point, I could fight BJ Penn.
Yeah, and it would not look... It's bad.
It wouldn't look out of place.
It's bad. He's in a rough spot, and it brings me back to the point of view. What you've done is use your time fighting to leverage it into something else. So you're the owner of Slingshot, one of the owners. You do personal training. You're in Clark Key, right?
Boki.
You're in Boki doing personal training. And you did the right thing. You realized that this training, fighting, not training. Training you can do until you're dead. But the fighting itself has a finite window. And you can either leverage that into a career or you can just keep going down the path. Be Chuck Liddell when you're 48. Getting knocked out by Tito Ortiz. You can be BJ Penn at 40 getting knocked out in a bar fight. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of these people who can't seem to get past it.
To cut it, yeah.
Roy Jones Jr., he was, when he got knocked out by that
48.
Kovalev, was he 48?
Yeah, I think he was 48.
Or 40? Yeah. God.
He was old, yeah.
That is not the way that you want to do this stuff. The training